Hey, what's up everybody? Chris here, welcoming you back to another Proto Tech Tip. This week we're diving back into anodizing, and I want to share 5 tips that you should keep in mind when designing custom parts and enclosures that need anodizing. So let's get into it. Now at Protocase and Protospace MFG, we have a bunch of finishing options to make sure that we can be your one-stop shop for all of your fully finished custom parts and enclosure needs. One of those finishing options that we do offer is anodizing. While it can be used on other materials like titanium and magnesium, I'll be focusing on aluminum in this video since it's one of the materials that we stock. But what about our other stock materials? Why not them? Well, anodizing materials like steel and stainless steel fasteners can result in melting and creating burn marks, and we definitely don't want that. So let's start first with explaining what anodizing is. It's a process that uses an acid bath and electricity together to create oxidization. This process will actually boost the natural oxide layer on the aluminum. Anodized aluminum surface is much harder than the untreated aluminum, and it's therefore much more resistant to scratches and wear. So with that out of the way, let's go through the 5 design tips for utilizing anodizing as a finish for your parts and enclosures. To start off, it's quite important to consider material thickness. If a part has uneven wall thickness or variable geometry, the increase in thickness during anodizing can be uneven, and this can lead to stresses that cause warping. Now, keeping feature thickness consistent is going to be crucial for achieving a uniform, high-quality anodized finish. If thickness varies, you might end up with uneven color, texture, and even surface quality. The second tip is to avoid sharp edges and rather try to go for smooth, rounded edges. This is because sharp edges can lead to uneven anodizing, which might create weak spots that are easier to damage. Now, rounded edges help achieve a more uniform anodized layer, making your components not only more durable, but also better looking too. Next up, it's important to consider your part's conductivity and tolerance requirements. So here's the thing. The anodizing process requires conductivity as an electric current flowing through the metal. But once it's done, the anodized coating actually ends up being non-conductive. Therefore, before anodizing, it's important to mask the areas where conductivity is going to be required. As the anodizing process adds thickness to the part and its features, make sure to also mask critical cutouts and tight tolerance holes, as it can help you avoid issues like interference fits or assembly complications. Also, think about the type of anodizing you're planning to use. Remember, the anodized layer for type 3 is thicker than type 2, which could impact your tolerance needs. If you're going with type 3 anodizing, consider adjusting your design specs to accommodate that thicker layer. Now, understanding the purpose of anodizing can make a huge difference in getting ready for the process. Think about why you're doing it. Are you after aesthetics, corrosion resistance, or both? If it's about aesthetics, you'll want to add a pre-anodizing finish. Additionally, you need to keep assembly in mind too. Consider how your anodized part will work with other materials like fasteners, inserts, or other metal components to avoid any corrosion or unnecessary wear. And finally, when designing custom enclosures, ensure that there is sufficient drainage and ventilation holes. They prevent anodizing liquids from getting stuck, making rinsing easier and reducing the risk of stains and discoloration. Now, if your design has hollow cavities, don't forget to add ventilation holes. They help release any gases that might form during anodizing, which keeps the coating even and defect-free. While there are a few other key considerations to keep in mind when designing custom parts and enclosures for anodizing, we believe that these 5 are the most important. By focusing on these factors, you'll be on your way to achieving better quality and consistency in your anodized parts. Now at Protocase and Protospace MFG, we've got anodizing covered as a third-party service, and we partner with some of the best anodizing suppliers to get your custom parts delivered to you quickly and with top-notch quality. Now, if you have any questions, reach out to your Protocase or Protospace account manager with your project requirements, and they will be glad to help you out. So that's a wrap for this week's Proto Tech Tip. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any future content. Until next time, take care.